Hi everybody!
Normally, I wouldn't talk about the PlayStation Plus games each month on this channel, but with how crappy the games are for May, yeah, I feel like I have to discuss this. The month of May has one of the all-time weakest lineups of PlayStation Plus monthly games I've ever seen. Of the three, only one is decent, and even that one isn't all that great. The sole decent selection this month, Grid Legends, which has a 77% on Metacritic, far below what I'd consider stellar for a game available on a monthly service. The other two are Chivalry 2 and Descenders. Why do I feel like those selections are subpar though? I know Chivalry 2 has its fans, however, it's not exactly what you'd call a casual game. Similar to games like Rainbow Six Siege, Chivalry has a very steep learning curve, so it's not exactly something I'd expect to see for a free selection. If you had a bunch of friends to help populate the massive 60-player map, I could see this potentially being fun, but once you consider how hard it is to even get a few friends together for some games, the going at this kind of game as a lone wolf loses its charm, and fast. Descenders, on the other hand, is something I'm just not a fan of in racing games. Procedurally generated maps make sense in roguelike games such as Hades, but not in racing games, where part of the fun is cutting milliseconds off your time and slowly improving your score. The PS Plus games for April were far better selections, and how PlayStation should consider doing things in the future. I say April was better because it featured one PlayStation exclusive in Sackboy: A Big Adventure, a game I absolutely adore. If you want to see me do a review for that game, let me know in the comments. Tales of Iron, a side-scrolling RPG with a beautiful art style, being the indie representative. Then Meet Your Maker was a slightly out of left field selection for multiplayer, but it worked. April was a good month as it gave you a ton of diversity and had two single-player focused games, which, if we're being honest, is probably the best decision Sony can make regarding PlayStation Plus. Typically speaking, people are more likely to give single players a go if they're free, whereas if someone is interested in a multiplayer title, they're going to buy it ASAP so they can get in at ground zero, making their learning curve easier as they'll be on even footing with the rest of the player base. Sony really do need to do better. The price points for PlayStation Plus is relatively expensive. For the most basic price point, it's $69.99, and all you get is access to the online play and the monthly free games, which vary in quality. The tiers go up to $139.99 Canadian. Not exactly chump change. Basically, Sony need to choose greater diversity and not grab random dreck off the digital store shelves. Repackage it and call it a day. The extra and premium tiers are at least a little better as you get access to hundreds of games, and most of them are actually pretty good. Though one of the games I did play via Plus is getting remastered soon, that being the King of Fighters 13, widely considered one of the greatest fighting games ever made. Seriously, look up how much work went into animating the sprites. That is seriously fucking impressive. So, what do you think of this month for PlayStation Plus? Are you happy with it, disappointed, or somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. I personally feel Sony grabbed whatever random crap this month and called it a day. Want more of my Sony-related content? My video on the studios they should consider acquiring will be popping up now, along with a video YouTube thinks you'll like. Check them out. Until next time, keep blazing that trail.